The fight against police brutality has seen protesters come out across the U.S. Rallies against the heavy arm of the law were held in a number of cities. RT's Anastasia Churkina went to one of them to find out exactly why the people are just so angry.
In New York and dozens of other cities across the U.S., a national day of protest to stop police brutality, repression, and the criminalization of a generation. This October 22nd marks the 18th time these people gather with a simple message.
It's not a gentle thing how they treat us. They treat us like animals, and that's completely unwarranted. It's literally unwarranted.
When something breaks through like Trayvon Martin, Ramarley Graham, or Sean Bell, it gets treated in the media like this is an isolated incident, something that rarely happens. And then more often, it's not reported at all.
Organizers have been documenting cases of what they call the Stole Lives Project. They say just over the last 2 decades, thousands of killings have taken place by the hand of police officers. They say the majority of these cases have been underreported or brushed aside.
Hundreds every year were killed by the police, that the majority of them were unarmed and not involved in any criminal activity when they were killed. And also the majority of them were young and either black or Latino.
The mass media is very good at propaganda. So a lot of people are under the impression that the people who are being stopped and frisked or who are being gunned down somehow are criminals.
One of the major concerns for these protesters seems to be the lack of accountability when it comes to gun violence, police brutality, and even killings that occur under the hands of law enforcement. They say the justice system continues to neglect these cases of violence, thus not doing anything to improve the system and bring about real change.
You have to go through hell and high water just to get a conviction of the officer, and what he's convicted for doesn't meet the crime that he's accused, and he winds up, if not being found guilty, even if he's convicted, he gets out on good behavior after serving minimal time.
Activists and families of victims call police brutality in the U.S. a pandemic. They say considering the United States lectures the rest of the world on human rights, it's time that it begin to follow its own example by not just words, but deeds. Anastasia Churkina, RT, New York.